name is Liz Kuhn, and I'm on staff at Queen of Apostles Church in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. And today I have with me my daughter Kateri, and one of our dogs Miguel, and you may hear our other dog Cookie in the background. We're doing 3 separate videos for the Triduum, the 3 holy days in the Christian Catholic calendar. And today we're going to be looking at the symbols and signs for Good Friday. So again, you can pause now and venture a guess to everything that you see on the table. You can pause after each sign or symbol is introduced, or you can just enjoy the video. So let's get started.
Okay.
The first thing you might notice is on Holy Thursday we had a white tablecloth. White was for celebratory because of the Last Supper. Today we have red. Any idea why it might be red?
Blood.
That's right. Today is a sad story. Today is a story about Jesus dying on the cross. And that's what you see in this picture here. Again, this is a picture from Cameroon in Africa. So it shows a black Jesus. And then at the foot of the cross, do you remember who is usually there?
Mary.
Mary, Jesus' mother.
Mm-hmm.
And usually Mary Magdalene.
Mm-hmm.
And over here is one of the apostles, the only apostle that stayed with Jesus, St. John. And then let's go to the center here. What do we call this?
It's a crucifix.
That's right. If you just have the plain wood, then it's a cross, but with this body of Jesus on it, the corpus, it is a crucifix. And so we hang these in our houses to remind us that Jesus died out of great love for us, but that death did not have the final answer. And we'll talk about that on Easter. All right, how about some of these other things?
Let's go with the dice.
Okay, yes, we have the dice here, and what do you think they represent?
Well, I think if I'm remembering right, they take off all of Jesus's garments and then they like cast lots. Is
right,
that what it's called?
They play a game.
Yeah.
To see which Roman soldier will win Jesus's garments. So that's what this represents.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then I guess right next door we have this crown of thorns, which is what they put on his head, and they were kind of mocking him.
Right. The sign that they put above Jesus on the cross said the King of the Jews. So rather than wear a crown, like a fancy gold crown like a king, they gave him this crown of thorns, which really hurt him because the thorns, if you feel thorns on a rose bush, they can prick you. And so they pricked Jesus. This is kind of a small baby version, but Jesus's version was much bigger and more painful for him. How about this one?
Okay, it's a nail.
Right. So when Jesus was put on the cross, he had nails go through his hands and then his feet as well. He also, at the very end of his death on the cross, when the Roman soldiers found that he was already dead, one of them poked a sword into his side, and out flowed blood and water. So Jesus had 5 wounds, 2 in his hands, 2 in his feet, and 1 on the side.
Let's go with the eraser.
Yeah.
I don't know what the eraser is about though. No, I don't know if this is right. Okay, so what I remember from this past Mass and the reading there about the Passion, Pontius Pilate was like, I wash myself of this thing.
Right, that could definitely be a use of the eraser.
But it's not.
It's not
what is it?
It's not what I was thinking. But we do read the story of the Passion, the story of Jesus' death on Good Friday. On Good Friday, it's always according to St. John, the Gospel according to John. So that could be what this is for the washing of Pilate's hands, the whole matter. But this is really what I was thinking of was that Jesus, he died for us for many reasons.
Yeah.
And one of them was to forgive our sins. So he took all of the things that we ever do wrong upon himself and offered himself in sacrifice to the Father. So in a sense, he erased all our sins. We know that whenever we come to Jesus, we can ask for forgiveness.
Well, let's go over to what's going on over here.
All right, well, first of all, we have the heart. Because Jesus giving his life for us on the cross showed us how loving he was. It showed us the most loving thing a person can ever do is sacrifice their life for someone. So Jesus really cares about each and every one of us. So that's what that is about. And then this is something that we usually do on Good Friday. It's called the Adoration of the Cross. And so I don't know if you can see here, but we usually have the cross set up in the front of church. Usually it's carried in and a special song is sung. Behold, behold, the wood of the cross, on which is hung our salvation. Come, let us adore. And so the cross is set up in front, and then we all have a chance to come up and adore the cross as representing Jesus and what he gave to us on the cross. And so some people like to kneel, some people like to touch the cross, some people kiss the cross. Everyone has a different way of going about it. So now, with that said, what do you think this might represent?
Well, it could be the procession of the cross.
That's right. So this is a statue from Peru, and it shows different Peruvian people carrying a wooden cross. And so this is similar to what we do on Good Friday. We have a very large cross in the gathering space, and usually teens and young adults carry it all the way up to the front. All right, I suggest we go over here.
Okay, let's do it.
So we have some vinegar and a sponge.
Okay, well, I know this one, I'm pretty sure. So, is it John who's at the foot of the cross, and Jesus says something about water, being thirsty? I don't remember what it is. So he, gets a sponge, and he gets a stick, and he, soaks it in wine and vinegar? Or is it just vinegar? I don't know.
Right. It isn't St. John that does it, but Jesus does say, I thirst. And one of the soldiers goes and dips a sponge into the vinegar and holds it up on a stick all the way up so that Jesus can have it by his mouth and drink. But Jesus really isn't interested in drinking.
Okay. Let's go to the Band-Aids.
Yeah. So we have a package of Band-Aids here. What could this have to do with Jesus's death on the cross for us?
I don't know.
Well, when you have a cut, what does a Band-Aid do for you?
Well, it protects it so it can heal.
That's right. It protects it so it can heal. So Jesus died on the cross to forgive us, but also to heal us from anything that may be hurting us or anything that we suffer from. He is there to be with us in our pain and to journey with us.
Okay, let's do the seeds.
All right, so we got some seeds. This is a little tough one, I think. What do you do with seeds?
Miguel! You plant them.
Right, and where do you plant them?
In the ground.
And is it sunny in the ground?
No, it's dark in the ground.
That's right. So what could planting a seed in the ground be like?
Burying Jesus?
That's right. So planting a seed in the ground is like burying Jesus. So a seed sort of has to die before it can grow. Just like Jesus has to die before he can come back to a new life.
What about this over here? What's going on here?
Well, this is a magazine about the missions, and it says Easing Life's Burdens, and it has I think a woman on the front cover, and she's carrying a load of bricks on her back. So what could this have to do with Jesus' death? It's kind of similar to the Band-Aids.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's something to do with Jesus and him being able to carry our burdens with us.
That's right. And that he died for the whole world. Not just for Catholics, not just for Christians, for everyone. So Jesus' message is open to everyone. And he is here to give us his love, no matter what our burdens may be. All right, I think we're down to these two.
Yes, my
Now,
favorite.
We had this little guy that I made a couple weeks ago on the 5th Sunday of Lent, and now we have him again. We're going to call this Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus is this little caterpillar. All right, and what do caterpillars do?
They make a cocoon.
Technically a chrysalis,
Chrysalis?
but yes.
Okay. Yes, so they make a chrysalis.
This is my pretend chrysalis.
They go inside the chrysalis, and then they like completely transform and
Well,
everything.
not yet.
Okay. Well, right now they're just in the chrysalis.